guessing Postmates doesn't have a point system for pedestrians.
Hey everyone, Heather here, vlogger, creator, and entrepreneur. If you're new to my channel, I'm documenting my entrepreneurial journey through vlogs on this YouTube channel. So if you like what you see, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Today is going to be kind of a weird and interesting day because money is super tight this month. So I told myself that I'm going to have to get back into the Postmates game. And because I haven't created any content since the Fleet app was updated, I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to take you guys along with me and talk about it. But also, I'm supposed to have a meeting with a fellow entrepreneur. We met through a mutual connection of ours, and he has a really cool online product that he wanted to bounce some marketing ideas off of me, and I wanted to pick his brain about entrepreneurship. Unfortunately, the only time that he can meet is today at lunch, and then his schedule's like super booked for the next few weeks. So I was thinking, how can I make this work? And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to ask if he's willing to come along on the Postmates run with me. And I called him up, pitched him the idea, and he was like, cool, let's do it. We'll have the meeting in the car. Like I said, it's going to be kind of a weird day, but should be fun too. Here we go. Okay, so Matt doesn't know what Postmates is.
No, first time.
Okay, so Postmates is kind of like Uber, where you can get anything delivered to you, but it's like 95% food.
So, makes sense.
Yeah, but there's been updates, as you guys know. So I'm going to load up the app right now. One of the biggest updates is that there's no more schedule. So as a way to incentivize us Postmates to actually deliver, they had this whole schedule system where if you put yourself on schedule, you can get priority dispatch for any orders.
Oh, I see.
And what would happen is that people would sign up for shifts and then not show up.
Okay.
And there was like no penalty system, so they just don't do it anymore. So
another bad lesson, get rid of the feature if it's not helping you out.
There you go. All right, we're going online. Here we go.
What are we doing now? We're just kind of cruising around, waiting to see if somebody picks up and says, bring me some food.
Exactly.
Okay.
They would always send me to places where I was like, gosh, I'm so hungry right now. I'm going to order something for myself, too.
See, I would wind up being about 300 pounds, I think, if I started doing this regularly.
All right. We got an order at George's Greek Cafe, which is that way. So I got to go turn around.
Here we go.
But, okay, so this is what it looks like. So far, everything looks the same, but here it'll tell you what they're going to order. Oh, so this is a prepaid order, so basically they called in.
And we're just picking it up.
Exactly.
You found it. Good job.
Yep.
Right, don't gonna have to get run over here. So how do you not, I don't know, self-conscious at all carrying this camera right around in front of your face?
Totally get used to it, yeah.
So what, do you have to flag someone down now?
Yeah.
Alright, so far the food's in hand.
Here we go.
Let's get it to, what's his name? Simon? Did you just get knocked out? Do you need me to flip this guy out?
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, there we go.
Alright, I will be right back.
Okay. I'm getting out too. We'll hang out.
Up to you.
I'm assuming she's gonna come back. She took her keys, so I can't get home without that. Guess we could try Uber. It'd be better if she came back though. I'll try not to.
Perfect.
There we go.
All right. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Heather. Been a software developer and engineer for, well, a while now. I do consulting work. I build different applications, and here lately I've been putting a lot of effort into a new website for helping people through a process in California called trial by mail for fighting their traffic tickets.
Right, and that's what you want to talk to me about.
Yeah, that's kind of the new big thing that we're bringing to the surface. Yeah.
Cool. So basically, if I get a ticket, my options are I can contest it in court, right? Or like I show up, or I pay it. But now you're a third option. Exactly.
All sorts of traffic citations, speeding to running stop signs to, turning right on a red when there's a sign that tells you not to. I mean, the vehicle code's huge.
What are the chances?
We've seen a success rate around 80% for people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's for like you said, any traffic violation.
Right, really. Right. There's certain ones where they're, you're not going to use the service if you've got a DUI.
Right.
But any kind of standard traffic citation, even if it doesn't go your way, which a high percentage do go your way, you still have a chance at every opportunity you would have had anyway.
Right, so it doesn't change anything.
Right, it doesn't change anything. You still can go try and get traffic school. It doesn't take anything away, and it gives you an extra chance and a fairly high chance at that to just get the whole ticket dismissed.
So I would go to your website, which is ca-ticket.com.
Correct.
Okay. I would fill out a form and, put my ticket number and all this, and then what?
Yeah. And then what happens is we fill out all the necessary documents for the court for you.
Okay.
As well as providing a professionally written argument, and you simply sign the forms, put it in an envelope. We recommend registered mail, and send it to the court. Now, currently, California law, you have to also include a check for the bail on the ticket, but in the event that they find in your favor, you get it refunded. So. Got it. Yeah. We believe it's a really useful way for people to get themselves a chance at getting the ticket dismissed.
Might as well, and with an 80% success rate, that's like, why not?
Exactly.
If you guys do have a ticket and you want to use the website, you can use my code, HeatherJustCreate, and you get 10% off of your processing fee. I will leave a link in the description below. Do you have any good jokes?
Oh man, that are reasonable to tell on camera? What I'm known for is butchering the delivery of a joke and then finding $5. Just because I gotta find a way to make the story have a good ending.
Wait, what?
Blah blah blah, bad joke, told wrong, nobody laughs, and then I found $5.
Oh, got it. Okay, how many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
I'm gonna guess 8.
10 tickles.
Oh, God.
So, did you start out your career as an entrepreneur?
No, not at all, not at all. While I was in college, I picked up a manual for Adobe Flash, of all things, and read it on a flight, and then introduced me to actual writing software.
Wow.
And that led to a little bit of consulting, which led to a full-time job that helped pay the bills while I was in college. And then that kind of led to that career for about 10 years after that. So, I was working in a place where I felt, I felt respected, I felt valued, but I also put in a lot. I'm naturally kind of a person that if I see a problem, I keep digging, and it never...
Entrepreneurship right there.
I kept hitting this limit where I felt like I was solving problems well beyond...
what you were asked or expected.
Yeah, expected, and it wouldn't have been fair for me to expect more than necessarily was offered, but at times the conversations kept leading to this, like, well, there's a carrot, we'll start this spin-off. That kind of gave me this picture, like, all right, this isn't going anywhere further than this. I've kind of this big fish in a small pond, so to speak, And
definitely have felt the same way in previous positions. Yeah.
And you just get to where you're like, all right, if I'm going to do anything more, I have to take the risk and find my own way.
So was this just like I'm quitting my job one day and figuring it out from there, or did you start like you had your full-time job and then started something on the side?
There was kind of a project that fell out, and it highlighted to me that there may be some pieces missing that I needed to pick up on. So I started developing these other things on the side while trying to identify where the holes were.
Okay.
You know, in my personal understanding, in my ability to solve problems efficiently.
So basically you tried to expand your knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. I tried to fill in the gaps. What went wrong there, because I didn't want that to happen again. And I knew I wanted to be able to speak from a position of not only expertise, but dealing with both the ups and the downs, you know.
And this is not your boss telling you to do this. This is just your own initiative.
Yeah, exactly. So while I was at that place, I interviewed around, and I found somebody who I felt had tackled a number of similarly scoped kinds of problems.
Okay.
And had tackled them in a way and been successful at it. And that's what led me to the next company I spent a lot of time. And I wound up learning just an enormous amount working with him.
You do multiple things. You don't just have one business.
Yeah, that's a important part, I think, of keeping your head above water and avoiding a whole host of issues. Everything from one of your sources of revenue drying up to being stuck in a kind of creative vacuum. Everything about life is about sort of taking ideas and lessons learned in one area and finding a way to apply it in another.
Was there ever a time where you were worried where you were going to be like in 5 years?
Every day I wake up kind of thing. I still have that. You still have that question. And that's a big part of what motivates having so many, I want to call them safety nets, so many things going on, and it feels like juggling. It drives you crazy, but at the same time, I have never felt more alive.
Same here. Oh my gosh, it's so great talking to another entrepreneur like this, because it's the same way that I feel. Do you have any like other advice that you'd like to offer to maybe yourself like 5 years ago, or someone who's thinking about making a transition from being an employee to an entrepreneur?
The biggest things that have stood out and helped me were realizing that at some point the idea counts for, I want to say, a sliver compared to the execution, compared to the discipline of just always pushing those balls forward. You know, if you're shoveling in the right direction, you're going to make progress. And worst, you will learn something.
Yes. And I think another important takeaway with you is that it's about not being stagnant, it seems. So it's as soon as you realized, you know, you're not really learning anything new.
Right.
Even if your company is promising, you know, they keep promising and promising, but if you're still, you know, that's a waste of time if you're not learning anything new and gaining any other new experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the moment you're sitting still, you're just waiting for the pond to go sour. You need to get moving.
Right. Thanks, Matt.
Of course.
This was fun. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being down to doing Postmates.
Hey.
And doing this meeting in the car. What do you think of Postmates?
Pretty useful tool.
If you want to try it out, if any of you guys also haven't tried Postmates as a customer, you can use offer code 6PPYY for a free delivery.
I guess I was sort of impressed with the comeback that the Patriots had.
Yeah.
I left where I was at watching it, thinking for sure it was in the bag.
I think everyone did.
Yeah.